Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. Not too much of a break here between the two maps as we're already getting into Inferno with everyone on the server, and I think we're just about to be ready. So let me see if Semla, are you around? Did I catch you while you were just getting to drink? I probably did. I thought so. Well, that's fair enough. We should be starting any second, guys. So if you're just joining us, then welcome to the channel here. This is Room on Fire, and I'm Anders. With me is Semla briefly. He's going to join us any second now. And we have LDLC and Epsilon for the ESWC 2014 qualifiers here. And it's the pre-qualifier, so it means if you win this, you're not quite through. There's going to be still more coming down the road, and we'll try and cover as much of it as we possibly can here. Two top French teams playing it up, and the first map on cash went for LDLC. 16-5. A bit of a one-sided affair if you just look at the score, but if you were actually watching the game, you'd notice that it wasn't actually all that one-sided. Epsilon could have easily made much more of a dent than they did, but they couldn't at the end. They just couldn't. We still have some bots on, do we? Well, at least my scoreboard is working again, and that is definitely a big improvement. So big thanks for joining us. Big thanks to everyone who's been subscribing today, guys. It's such a big help for us running the channel, so we definitely do appreciate you guys. And tomorrow, we are actually going to be doing a subscriber giveaway. We won't be doing it today, but I can still tease you guys about it. And it is this really, really cool knife that we got from Stony. So that's tomorrow that we're going to be... Not tomorrow, I said Tuesday, sorry, for the Case King tournament. So I was lying. It's on Tuesday, guys. We're going to be giving away the knife. So don't forget about that. It's also on our website for the schedule. And yeah, we have a lot of great news coming up for you guys soon enough, but I won't reveal it today. Today it's all about teasing. But now we got the knife round. Semla, are you back yet? No, Semla's still missing, guys. Don't start a search yet. I'm sure he'll be joining us any second. In the meantime, the French have actually decided to be gentlemen, and they're going to have like a proper knife duel where they all stand in front of each other and go for it until Shox decides to be a troll. An actual troll, by the way, down in underneath the you know, underneath the bridge, waiting for someone to drop by. Oh no, that didn't work out. So sad. Okay. Restart this in. Being on Inferno, I guess Epsilon are going to be happy they get to start on the CT side. It is... I can actually make a big difference. I feel like sometimes, especially some of these French teams, they're pretty damn strong on the CT side of Inferno. So I wouldn't be surprised if Epsilon are going to take a pretty big lead. Now, Semla isn't here, so I can't really ask him for his opinion, but he's going to be here any second. I'm going to make my prediction before he even gets here then, and say that I think Epsilon are going to take it. Starting on the CT side, I think it's going to be 16-14 for Epsilon here on Inferno. That's my prediction. Of course, they do have a stand-in on Epsilon's side. It's not FXJO playing; it's in fact Major playing. So that's unfortunate. FXJO definitely one of their big resources on this team. He still did a really good job. Like, we can't even fault Major for them not winning on cash. He did really well. But, it's never the same not playing with your own team. That's just how it is. $16-8 has already been confirmed by HLTV. Alright. Alright. The audience does not agree with my prediction. Well, to be honest, my predictions are fairly often wrong, so I don't blame you guys for betting against me. Actually, that's probably a really smart choice. Flashbang out the middle, and now the game is live here. Major, the USPS in hand, looking up, and oh, that's a great start. Look at Smiths just instantly dinking GMX all the way down to 3 points of health. Really annoying.
We're back, okay.
We are back, Semla. Welcome back.
I see. My timing was just off, but at least I'm here for the pistol round, so I haven't really missed anything. And Major is going to start us off without missing the headshot on Shoxy. So this is looking pretty good here for Epsilon. They've got the man advantage all of a sudden.
It's a pretty decent return, right? Considering that they did just almost lose GMX. Getting the first kill, then, it's going to feel pretty good, I think.
Oh, it's going to give them confidence, at least, into going into this hold, and that's crucial. They're going to need it, seeing as how they took a bit of a beating on cash. So Inferno, definitely a map they're going to be a bit more familiar with. And Major will be holding that crucial large position here for Epsilon, managing to back off in time. Not giving anything away, but LDLC, they're shaping up for a B push. All three members here with the fourth one following. They're going to be going for this play, and SF can't quite land the shot on NBK.
It's a good flashbang by Scream, but now the flash is worn off, and the rest of the terrorists are coming in here. They need the kills quick, and SF is going to go down as well, no doubt about it. That's Happy with a double opening into the bomb site. Major looking for more headshots here with the USPS in hand, but look at how powerful this Glock is. If you have enough Glocks, you can do almost anything, and now it's a 2-on-4. Bomb is down. Very tough retake here. Almost impossible retake for Epsilon.
Yes, many bullets. Oh, and they spot out Uzi coming in from CT. So now LDLC, they know that at least one guy is there. Uzi's going to manage to click away NBK, but there's still a man waiting in construction. This bomb, however, is ticking down. And GMX looking for a shot on the man in dark. Messiah Happy. He's going to give away his position. And that sets it up perfectly for the crossfire between him and Smiths holding from the back of sight. LDLC, despite losing the man early, will manage to pick up the pistol round and give them the strong start here.
Yeah, and I think for that hold to have worked out for Epsilon, because they had Scream at the back of new boxes, and then they had on the coils here Super Fighter. And Scream did put out a really good flashbang that landed right into yellow. It flashed 3 people that were coming into the bomb site, and SF had maybe just a moment. It wasn't a long time, but he had maybe a second and a half where he could have killed someone really quickly, and that would have been a good start to the defense. But because they never managed to do that, they just didn't stand a chance. That the terrorists got too close with those pesky Glocks.
Yeah, that's the big thing. And I think Kirishima headshotting Scream immediately as well, forcing Scream to have to play really passively and hide behind new boxes did not help things either. A lot of it came down to SF, and him not landing the shot was pretty crucial. But now it's going to be Epsilon gathering up 4 guys on this A site. LDLC are right around the corner, though, and they're waiting for the rotation to come in. Smiths does spot Uzi, who was playing from pit, and this is going to open things up now for LDLC.
Definitely will. Smith's taking another fight here with Major, and actually does drop pretty low, but that grenade from Kirishima bounces right in. They still have 2 people on this bomb site, Scream and GMX, and because they're both hiding in the same corner, I'm not sure if they're going to check all the way. Even if they kill Scream here, I'm not sure they're going to be looking for GMX. Now he has the pistol here. They're going to jump around, and somehow Happy still picks up the kill. Superfighter's going to go down. Look how low they are all on the LDLC side. I think this could have been an even better round for Epsilon, but as it is, they only kill 1 person.
Yeah, if GMX could have found one more there, that could have been, well, Scream set it up for him, man. It didn't really follow through. And now, all of a sudden, LDLC, they're actually starting to develop a bit of a bank. This is the scary part, because it's going to be another round of eco for Epsilon. And Epsilon definitely need to do some damage here. They need to start slowing down LDLC. Because LDLC, they've still got 3 Galils, but they all have rifles at this point. And if they can live with 4 guys again, they're going to be looking terrific going into Epsilon's first buy round in the 4th. So Epsilon not really investing too much in this round. Only 1 P250 picked up, and that's on Scream. They need to find the kills.
Yeah, they did have the flashbangs here to try and flash themselves out onto Banana, so that's a pretty good idea. But even if they do catch anyone, it'll just be NBK out here, and they are going to take him down, so that's a really nice start. Now, if just the terrorists could remember to pick up the bomb, they have pretty much a free entrance into the A bomb site right here. And that should be good enough, basically.
Yeah, and all that despite NBK's smart positioning there to avoid those kinds of flashes. So NBK throwing away a bit of an opportunity. Now Epsilon going to be rotating back into this A-bomb site that they've sort of lost control on. Shoxy with a great position trying to control the spray. He's not going to do it in the end. Major's going to manage to find him, and this is now a 2-on-3 situation. 2-on-2 now as Smiths jumps into pit and picks off Uzi.
Oh, GMX is going to have to go huge here. He comes in for 1. The bomb is going to be planted here with 30 seconds left. Actually, they wait for it. Kirishima wants to come out and pick him off, and that could be really dangerous. If Kirishima goes down with the bomb, that's going to be a disaster. And GMX actually has the room to go for it. He's walking in here, still got 20 seconds, and he's going to go down eventually. Kirishima and Smiths come out on top, but that was a scary round, especially because, as you said, Shoxy had such a good position. It seemed like he could have closed the round right then and there.
That was much more expensive than it needed to be, right? I mean, Epsilon, Major in particular, really surprised me with his ability to get the kill on Shox. But Shox tried to showboat a little bit there and hold the spray from the second guy to the 3rd, and he just couldn't get that kill on Major, who was holding closer to quad. So I don't know, bit of the showboat, bit of maybe just, you know, getting a little bit overconfident. LDLC are gonna have to calm themselves a little bit, but they still have plenty of money here for this 4th round. Epsilon going full rifles themselves. Not that many kills on Epsilon either, so can't really tell, but there are a couple of them where, you know, they haven't really had as much as they needed. You know, they've skimped on helmets, they're a little light on nades, so this is going to be a bit of a tricky round here for Epsilon. A lot of it is going to come down to the firepower for them.
They're leaving Super Fighter alone, and because we have a minute left now, and he's already thinking about using the last smoke that he has, and actually the last smoke that the team has. So this is not great smoke management from Epsilon. It's very quickly in the round. They already used a lot of them, and that's a great second kill from Kiyoshima. Spraying through the wall. Major in this corner is going to pick up the one kill. He goes down to Smiths, leaving Uzi alone on the bomb site. He's going to take down Happy. This is not bad at all. He could do a little bit more, and it would be great. Coming up from behind is Super Fighter. Is he going to catch the guy? That grenade is actually going to hit, and that's Super Fighter taking down MBK, and Epsilon come out on top. That's great. I thought for sure they were going to lose that round.
That was such a powerful position from Uzi. And him managing to play it, like, Kiyoshima didn't have much hope coming out of apartments with Uzi playing pit position like that. And just that nade was like the icing on the cake, right? It was even the fadeaway nade. I mean, still an expensive round for Epsilon, but we can see that the LDLC aren't exactly wealthy either. They go for 4 rifles, but Happy has to take the hit, and he's only got a CZ in armor. One thing I did like is that Uzi played very well that last round, managing to get the refrag at short. And just managing to get kills when he needed to. That was the big thing there. Staying alive and getting the kills. Shoxy's figuring out that fire is, yes, hot.
Indeed, and they do make the entrance anyway here. Scream with a great double spray down, but he's going to get killed. And that does make it not worth it for Epsilon. They're in a 3-on-3. The bomb is definitely going to go down here for LDLC. So what looked like a really great defense turned out to be not quite enough. And now the question is, can they actually retake the site here?
And GMX taking a lot of damage. Good spray from Kiyoshima. He's tagged all 3. And this is going to be scary now. GMX now checking the angle. Smith jumps the gun, and it's a 1-for-1, but both members through, and he can see that. He spots that one guy went through construction at least. Kiyoshima does a little bit of damage to Major, who gets spotted out by Happy, and a missed opportunity there from Happy. Yeah,
definitely a missed opportunity now. Kiyoshima in a 1-on-3, 1-on-2, he's going to go down, and they will have a... No, they don't have a kit. They won't have enough time. What a tragedy coming out here from Epsilon. That should have been the round where it turned around in their favor, and instead, in spite of killing everyone, they can't do it. They even lose a guy to the explosion. That was a good retake. I think LDLC could have probably finished it a little bit earlier, but I don't know. That was interesting.
Oh, that was big. I mean, Epsilon, man, they did what they had to do, but Kiyoshima stayed alive. If he'd have died with the initial spray, maybe that couple of seconds it took to root him out of there would have been enough to get the defuse. Can't say for sure. Smith did kind of jump the gun versus GMX in construction as well, gave away his position, so he could have gotten 2, but he only ended up getting 1. Still, nicely done there by LDLC in the end, managing to delay it just enough. And now they're going to go for a quick play up quad. They've got the bomb behind them, but they know now Happy does manage to track Uzi down, who was waiting in Boiler.
Yeah, for this round to work out well for Epsilon, Uzi had to come out and get at least 1 kill, and preferably 2. And he kind of whiffed that opportunity there by Boiler Room. Unfortunately, that was nowhere near perfect. And that kind of... I mean, LDLC guesses the right bomb site in that case. Because if they'd gone to the B bomb site, there would have been the AK and the flashbang set up with Scream holding a flashbang inside the bomb site. Pretty classic stuff coming out from Epsilon, but it could have worked. This time it doesn't.
Well, this time it's not meant to be. So we wonder... Where does it go now? Kiyoshima will find the kill, and this is just going to be 5 rounds for LDLC. It's starting to get a little bit out of control here. Epsilon not really having too much money in the last round. They're going to have to eat. Oh, they don't. They decide that this is enough, that this is too far even for LDLC. LDLC are already sitting on a fantastic scoreline at the beginning of this first half. Epsilon realizing they can't afford to give away more rounds. Epsilon are going to go for the force buy, so this is a gamble here from Epsilon. They're putting a lot on this early buy. And it's almost one of those moments where you start to wonder, like, should you actually go ahead and give away that extra round and just to ensure that you have enough money for a full buy? Or do you go for the force buy and go with limited nades and limited gear? Because once again, they have no kit on Epsilon. Yeah. So if they get into that same situation, they'll lose the round again.
I'd say this is definitely a very intense moment for the CT side. I'm not sure if I would have gone for this, but at the same time, I mean, LDLC don't need more than 6 rounds on the first half, and if they just gave up this round, they would have already been there. So I think they just feel they're feeling the pressure of already losing the first map and now potentially losing the first half of the second map. I think it's just the pressure getting to them at this point.
Definitely could be. I mean, it's really just, you know, you go for the gamble or not. Major is alive. He's going to get the double spray down on quad. This is perfect from him. Kiyoshima can't get the return on him quite yet. Goes for the spray, gets it, but then Uzi does manage to follow up on short, and I love the fact that they're playing 2 guys on short like this. Uzi seems to be so on point right now. Runs out of bullets, but he should be able to pick up the final one, and he does. So a triple kill for Uzi playing that crucial position. And Epsilon, the gamble works. They've got 3 guys alive at the end of the round.
Huge play from Uzi, and I guess especially Major as well, coming out with that initial double kill. Not at all bad. Still a bit concerned by the fact that GMX hasn't picked up a single kill in the first 7 rounds here, because he was top fracking on Cash, so we know that it's not like he's having a complete off day. I just think he needs to get back into this this first half here on Inferno, and maybe Epsilon could look a lot better really quickly.
Well, let's not forget that GMX has once again been put back into the role of caller. He's the in-game leader for Epsilon, so wondering if that might not be playing a bit of a role here. The fact that he's got that additional pressure on his shoulders, and it's definitely very tough. So GMX, we'll be looking at him throughout the rest of this first half, see if he can pick it up a little bit. But still, Epsilon, as long as they can keep chaining rounds together, if they can win another round here, this would be big for them, considering LDLC. They don't have the best money right now.
Well, they really don't. MBK is going to be walking right through, and that's a bit of an early giveaway in the middle. Smiths almost controls the spray, but GMX will pick up the first kill. We just had to call him out, and he steps it up, and this is looking like it's going to be another round for Epsilon. And if LDLC go and get the bomb plant here, I guess they won't be buying anything. So, yeah, there's a good chance here that the CT side can bring it back quick.
Absolutely. And they've got good positions here as well. GMX is going to manage to peek from pit, pick off Happy. But Uzi is holding as well, looking towards shortened apartments. This crossfire setup from Epsilon right now on the A side is so difficult to deal with. LDLC, they need them to make a big mistake, and GMX pushing up close like this is one of them. Now it's into a one-on-one. Uzi will manage to spot out Kiyoshima. But that was a bit touch and go there. GMX gave Kiyoshima the opportunity.
They can't really afford to do that. They got to keep their heads in the game and not really let LDLC back into the second half at all. But I think they're going to get a chance to get some confidence back now that they're playing up against just pistols. And I'm still so confused about the grenade buys here. What is going on? 3 smokes, 1 Molotov, and 1 flashbang. It's not like Epsilon don't have money to buy more grenades. They're just not doing it.
Could be also that they know that this is going to be an eco round out of LDLC, and so they're willing to skimp a little bit. But then GMX picking up an AWP is a bit risky. He can get rushed down. Shoxy not going to find the kill, and then they decide to re-peek, and we go into a pause. No, not sure what happened there.
Just a bit of lag. I think maybe Shoxy does get the 1 kill in, but it's triple for Major. Yeah, I think everyone is saying there's a bit of lag on the servers. That's unfortunate. But actually, when I was earlier today, when I was watching Titan play Copenhagen Wolves, I believe, they were skipping a lot on grenades too. So I'm wondering if that's just like a new trend that's come out where people just decide to buy as few grenades as they can throughout the course of a game and see if they can, I don't know, force another buy round or something. We'll have to talk to the teams to figure out for sure what's happening. But
like the one in that sort of situation, I would think like, okay, you know, if the only reason why that seems a bit weird, the GMX buys an op, is because if you're skimping on nades, it might be because you know that it's an eco round that's coming at you, and so you're expecting just, you know, Glocks, P250s, and you expect to just be able to mow them down, right? So, and if you were to die, you don't want to be losing all that much money, or especially giving too much gear to the ecoing team. Whereas GMX just buying the AWP was a little bit, you know, that goes against that, right? Because you don't want to give an AWP to an ecoing team either. That's way too expensive a rifle. So I don't know. Epsilon, bit mixed, I suppose, in the end.
A bit of a mix, but there's definitely the window back into the game for them right here. If they're going to be able to take it, then maybe now is the time. Because if they win this next round, it's going to be 5-5, at which point LDLC should be ecoing again if they lose this upcoming round. And then they can take the round lead and just keep going, basically. They do need to win, I think, the next 6 rounds in a row, which is not exactly easy, but the path is straight ahead, right?
Nah, that's it. They have to just chain them.
So look at this. All right, cool. Thank you very much to Mikkel Dolmer and also Tattoo, who's on Twitter, just tweeting us saying actually it's a bug in the latest patch, which means it's only showing 1 grenade at a time. So they have.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
They have full nades. Okay, I thought that you could see that they weren't buying full nades. Okay,
no,
I had more information than I did.
I didn't realize that bug was in there. So thank you very much, guys. I've been out of the loop apparently.
Yeah, it's been bugged since the last update actually. So you only do see I mean, if they have Smoke, for some reason, it'll show you both flashes, but Smoke HEs, like, it'll prioritize the smoke or the most expensive nade after that, basically. So as we can see the molly. If a molly gets picked up or an incendiary nade, you see that, and then otherwise you see smokes. So it must, like, Happy right now, he spends 4,100s, and that's basically his Kevlar, his helmet, his AK, and the 2 flashes. So you can see the 2 flashes, but as soon as you add in an HE or something that costs $300 or more, all of a sudden it just gets screwed. I don't know why that would be, but it needs a hot fix just for these kinds of situations, Valve. Volvo, please.
It is pretty important being able to tell what kind of grenades. I guess I can see here that they do have a little bit more. I just didn't notice. I just thought maybe they're trying to do some sort of weird... I mean, it would be a big and kind of slightly insane risk to not buy all the grenades, but who knows? Huh? Still waiting. I'm not sure. The ping seems to be fine, but I guess we're waiting for a go from the teams before we get back into it.
That's, well, they're probably going to call it. Boom. Apparently it's relagging.
Well, that gives us time to thank all of you for joining us here this evening. It's just a bit of a, casual game. I didn't even know this game was going to be up, but I just realized a little bit late in the evening here that this game was coming up, and I thought we should do it anyway, just because nobody else was going to cover it in English, so why not? So thanks for joining us, guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show and that you want to subscribe or follow, whatever you do, to help us out on the channel here. So big thanks to everyone who's been doing that. And obviously we'll be back on Tuesday at the very latest with more Case King of the Hill. It's going to be fun, right? I'm looking forward to it. Do we have any news from the admins, Sumler, about what's happening?
Wondering right now. No, don't see anything. For now, I'm going to ask for a status update. So apparently we can't change the server. Not really sure what's going on here.
If they put a password on.
Apparently teams would join and then it would bug out because of that. Or people would join, right? So Gaben has gone. And then we should be good. We should be good to go.
He actually settled it back up, so that makes me very happy. That's
le backup.
That's basically how I would like try and say anything in French. I would just add le in front of all the words and hope that I would hit something right.
Just say it. Just try and say it with a Dench accent.
Well, I guess enchangement means change the password, right?
Yeah. So changing the password by changing, or change the password as well, basically.
Oh, man, French is easy. I should learn.
We talked about this, man.
Yeah.
Trade you the French, but then you haven't decided on what you want to trade me for, basically. Like I'll give you the French, but what are you gonna give me, man?
It could be like a bit of Swedish or Danish or whatever. Pretty easier for Danish, but Danish is so close to Swedish, you'll basically be learning this, both at the same time.
Will I though?
It's close. It's very close.
Okay. Do I have to just have like a big wad of tobacco or something to talk Danish with the right accent, right?
Exactly. Just do it like that. It'll be nice and confusing.
Oh man!
Man.
Well, I mean, so far at least, I guess this round is going to get taken back. So what they're going to do is they're going to go back to the 9th round. So LDLC will be ecoing, and they'll take another crack at that. So Epsilon, they got that 4th round, but that 4th round might be taken away from them here, and they're going to have to re-earn it. But at least they might know, or they will know, that it is actually an eco round coming out of LDLC, so they can set things up accordingly.
All right. Well, I'm sure the admins are figuring it out, so we do apologize for the delay, but we'll be back as soon as everyone is ready. We're not going to go to a commercial break or anything like that. We're just sticking around. Semler, we do have some big news coming up for everyone, right? In the upcoming days. So, I mean, I haven't said anything yet. I've just been teasing people, but, I enjoy that a lot. So, yeah. Keep an eye again on the social media stuff for the next coming days, and you'll be in on the news, I hope.
Yeah, man, we got the Case King coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's not quite what I was talking about, but yeah, sure. We have that too, which is also going to be...
That's what's happening this Tuesday, yeah, man. Good times.
Is anything else happening on Tuesday, Samuel?
Can't say. I haven't heard anything. All I know is that we've got the teams for Case King this week, so it's going to be good.
we do have the teams, and we've been trying to plan ahead a little bit. So yeah, we've given some new teams a chance to get in on the action, which is kind of what we wanted to do with the tournament as well. Is give like not just the top 5 teams a chance to play against each other every week, but also bring in some new competition, which is good fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then at the end of the month, Samuel, we're going to be at Fragbite.
Oh, yeah, man. That's actually, it's not even, I guess it's the end of the month, but it's like 10 days away or something. It's not even 2 weeks, and we're going to be starting Fragbite Masters again. So that's sick. I mean, right around the corner, one of the best tournaments, one of the most fun tournaments to work on. And that's like 10 days away. We start the quals.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think Fragbite has by far and away the best production of any tournament that's out there right now. So that in itself makes it a lot of fun. And then we have the best teams.
Let's see. Oh, I see. So, okay. So yeah, they're sorting it out, guys, right now. Not sure if you can tell from the chat, but we're just waiting to get what we have to do apparently is just change up the server or something like that. So it might take a couple of seconds, but we should have things sorted out fairly soon here. What will happen is that Epsilon will have the map, or not the map taken away, but the round. So it's going to go back to the 9th round. Epsilon are going to lose the 4th round, and LDLC will be back on Eco.
Okay, then. Well, hopefully it's not going to have too much of an impact, but obviously if lag helped decide the round, then that's not cool at all. So I want to make sure this is a fair fight altogether. So yeah, GoTV is reconnecting, and once it is reconnected, we'll be right back in. Ah, that's unfortunate.
That happens. It happens.
It does happen. Every once in a while, right? Every once in a while. What else is happening? All the other games seem to be DDoSed as well. I think the Titan...
Apparently it's a global issue. So apparently it's just like wherever these servers are getting hosted, it's getting nailed. So it's not just this server that's having problems. It's everywhere.
Ah, well, that's unfortunate.
Fun times, right?
It's not cool at all, man. Not cool at all. Why would people do that? We want to watch the Counter-Strike, not the DDoS.
Yeah, what? So apparently we want to learn some French, according to ESWC. So French lessons for you, Anders. We gotta sort that out. Hell, I could probably use some brushing up on my grammar.
Man, I feel like the best way of learning any language is just using it. I hate the idea of learning grammar and then going on to practice certain sentences and stuff like that. I'd much rather just be in a country and try my best to speak with people until I learn something.
Yeah, that's the best way to learn, right? But at the same time, it's a bit tricky. I don't know. My Swedish is not improved, and I'm starting to get a bit frustrated. Like I do feel like I need to put the time into it now and really just kind of like sit back and either take some classes or watch more series. I don't know. I found that watching series with subtitles is actually really helpful. That you could, whether it was a Swedish series or an English series with Swedish subtitles or English subtitles, right? Whatever, vice versa, right? But that was like a really effective way to learn. So I need to find more time to do that. But like everybody in Sweden right now is just talking politics, and so I was trying to follow yesterday, like follow along with the discussions and everything. I was just like, this is not working out. Like discussing politics gets way too tricky, and they start talking faster and faster, and then I just start getting a headache because I don't understand anything anymore.
Oh yeah, because the election is going on in Sweden. You're right.
It's tonight.
Is it tonight already?
The polls are closed.
Well, I saw some of the debates they were having, and they were very angry at each other. So
it seems odd. I don't know. Seems like it seems like everything is so good now that basically people are like in Sweden. It seems like everybody is just like there's good education, there's good jobs. Like everything seems so great in Sweden that now they just have to like nitpick things really. And so it's very like they're getting in arguments, very heated debates about nitpicking something really like okay.
We have too many rainy days.
We have it good, but we want more, right? And it's just like, okay, then, right, man, sweet. I don't know. It feels a bit odd when you like listen to Swedish politics.
That's great, man. Well, look, another way you could learn Swedish is by listening to some Swedish music. All right?
Oh, Swedish music. What was it? Double Margarita?
I was gonna say that you could listen to some Kent, which is actually one of my favorite bands. They make
Kent?
They make really great music.
Oh, you gotta hook it up with the links, man.
All right, well, I will. I'll put it on to you later. Really, really good music. Sweden is actually just in general. I mean, Swedes are very good at making music somehow, in Swedish or English. Really, I don't know what it is.
Just watching a couple of. Let's see.
Go TV still reconnecting, so I think we're back up any minute now, guys. I know it's a little bit tiresome having to wait for the server to be up and running, but otherwise, we can't really realistically play the game without a server, can we? So, we are trying.
We kind of need it. Let's see. It should be basically what's happening is they're relaunching everything and they're going to put a password on it so random people can't join the server anymore. So once we have it, we should be good. Let's see. So apparently we just have to wait. And just waiting is great, man. You know, it's just it's great. You know, we love to have matches that we could potentially be casting, but we have to be waiting instead. I'm sure all you guys tuning in love it as well.
It's great fun, right? It's the best way of spending an evening. Wow, but we're used to it, right? It's Counter-Strike. I guess it isn't the first time we've been in this situation.
Let's do it this way. One thing you guys could do while we're all just kind of waiting and talking about nothing is you can check the raffle button at the bottom of the page. If you scroll down on the Twitch page, we have a raffle button there. And this week we're giving away a graphics card. So there's actually a graphics card. If you click the raffle button, you go to that Facebook page, you like the page, you're going to be entered into a raffle for a graphics card this week. And it's a pretty sick one, actually. I can't remember off the...
Oh, did you forget your mute button or your push to talk button?
Probably. It happens. But
tell us, what's the graphics card?
Yeah, if you guys scroll down, we were giving away an Asus GeForce GTX 770 this week. So it's pretty sick. And it just takes one like. You go to that page, you click that like button, and you get into the raffle. And we're going to be giving away things for the next like 6 or 7 weeks on this page. So if you go for one like, you're going to be in like another 6 or 7 raffles, basically. So if you guys are waiting around, got nothing better to do, go for it.
Exactly.
And sorry, Elite Pie, actually, these giveaways right now are for Europe. We're looking into global giveaways in the future, but right now these raffles are for European viewers.
That's exactly right. What was I going to say? I swear I had some sort of point I was going to make. Oh yeah, if you got a new graphics card, Semla, have you checked out, have you tried Destiny yet? Did you get a chance to do that?
Oh, no, I haven't.
No, I didn't get a chance to do it either, but I thought, because it looks like a game that could be a little bit, heavy on the graphics.
Yeah, heavy on the graphics. It looks sick. Like an FPS MMO, I'm down. I could get into that.
I haven't had a chance yet, but it looked like some people were having fun playing it, so why not, right?
I was thinking about it as well, but then a lot of people are playing it on like console. Is it even out for PC? That's something I was wondering. I haven't actually, like, this is how much I care about the game. Like, I haven't actually bothered to look up if it's for PC or not. But all I seem to see is like just console players on it.
I think you can play it on PC, can't you? I don't know either.
No idea. No idea, dude. No idea. Is it on PC? It's not on PC. Okay, so it's just a console game. Apparently, that's weak. That's lame.
Really?
All right, then. Well, our dreams of an FPS MMO, Anders, they've been dashed.
We're gonna
dashed on the floor. Now we just need Valve to release some ladders or something in game, and that'll be our MMO, right?
Exactly. That's very sad. I mean, I don't know. I've never anything that isn't on a PC. I just have no interest in. I'm an elitist like that. PC elitist, right?
Oh, apparently the PC release has been delayed. Gotta love racism, right? Hating on the PC master race. They just never let up. It's the same for GTA.
Oh man. Well, at least we get to play Half-Life and stuff, right? They don't have that for consoles yet, do they?
I don't know, dude. Half-Life, if you go back and actually play that, man, it's good times. But have you watched the speedrun? The Half-Life speedrun, man?
I do. I've watched a lot of different Half-Life speedruns, both in Half-Life 1 and 2, and for some reason they're mesmerizing. I do that sometimes. I do.
Did VP and ESC actually tie it up? What?
Really? They were close.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, they did tie. Interesting. Yeah,
okay.
It's happened a lot. Copenhagen Wolves tied with Titan as well, so it's just been an evening of ties.
Copenhagen Wolves actually played fairly well. Titan made a lot of mistakes, but Copenhagen Wolves, like that's why I was thinking, like, when you put so much of your focus on Kenny, it's a bit odd, right? Because Kenny was like non-existent throughout the first half, and then he just came alive in the second half, and that's how Titan didn't just get flat out overrun by Copenhagen Wolves. If it weren't for Kenny just like coming out of nowhere and starting to get like double, triple kill rounds, you know, Titan would have just gotten completely overrun. But without Kenny, they were struggling. It's just so, it's a very, that's why I say, you know, it's wishy-washy when it comes to Titan, because they still seem to struggle if Kenny isn't on his game.
Well, what's really scary, I think, is that Copenhagen Wolves actually haven't been practicing cash at all. Like, they've no experience, no practice time at all in a very long time on that map. So the fact that they managed to tie Titan on it makes you wonder, what would have happened if we had ended up on a different map, right?
Yeah, well, it does make you wonder, but then at the same time, Copenhagen Wolves have been around now together at this lineup for quite some time. So you could think like they'd probably give Titan a run for their money on any map, I think. I wouldn't actually put Titan as the clear favorites on any map. I would probably put it closer to like 55-45 for them over Copenhagen Wolves. If it comes down to like Inferno or Dust 2. Like, Copenhagen Wolves have a lot of time and experience together now on those maps.
Yep, they certainly do. So I don't know. I guess it is just really hard to call that one, especially best of one games and everything else becomes a little bit tricky. Oh, what else is going on? That's what I'm wondering now. We have got 6 players back on the server. We're missing 4 more. Actually, no, Happy's here too, so we're just missing 3 more before we can get on the way. But I'm guessing they're taking their sweet time getting back onto this new server. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the answer is.
Where do we go? What do we do? Where do they go from here, Epsilon?
I don't know. Hopefully because they were winning quite a few rounds in a row, so hopefully it hasn't put too much of a stop to them. But they are going to be back at, what, a 5-3 scoreline with a chance to take a pretty clean anti-eco, maybe? Hopefully.
That's what needs to happen now. I think they got a couple of kills in that eco round, but in the end, Epsilon managed to recover. They have to just do it again, basically. They're going to have to be able to deal with Epsilon very quickly here and just shut them down. Because the whole point of this, at this point, is for Epsilon to get some money in the bank. That's the big opportunity for them now. Get some money in the bank, manage to put a little bit more to the side, because at this point, LDLC, they're ecoing, they're going to be on another buy round. Epsilon need to have enough money in the bank to be able to buy up again if things go south. Like, that's what they're aiming for at this point, to have enough money to be able to rebuy full rifles, nades, everything if they were to lose a round, so that they don't lose the momentum that they fought to get. Now that LDLC have, what, like 5 rounds on the board? They can't allow LDLC to get past that point. And if they are forced to eco, that's pretty much where it happens. That LDLC run away with this game and it gets completely out of control.
It's all about the dollar bills, right? That's what it's down to.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Them dollar bills. Dollars speaks.
Did you know that Canadian dollars are basically indestructible?
Yeah, they've really put a lot of effort into making sure that those things can't be messed up.
I'm wondering what the reason is. Did they have a lot of trouble?
Probably just they last. It's probably just so that maybe because they're cheaper to produce that way, but also probably because they're going to get more of a lifespan out of every bill, so they just have to print less money in the end.
It could be. I was surprised. You cannot tear them. I mean, I guess you can, but it's really hard tearing them into 2 pieces.
Tearing them. I mean, I'm assuming they'll light on fire though.
It probably will, right? Otherwise, there's some sort of magic involved. Should be, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but well, it's still just like when you think about it, they probably don't stain because they're not paper, right? So it's like they probably don't stain, and then they don't tear. So you're probably going to be able to get quite a lifespan out of these bills, which is probably why they did it, man. When we're talking about it. It's like they don't have to spend money every year printing new bills if they can just hold on to the old ones because the old ones are indestructible. They're like Superman bills. You can't even shoot them, I hear.
Exactly right. That would be great, right? If you're getting attacked, they work like a Kevlar vest or something, just like that. I think it was it ACK? I think it was ACK who said during Gfinity told me that I could have his Canadian $20 bill if I could tear it into 2 pieces, and I couldn't. So no win for me, but still, I got to try. All I have is American dollars from when I was at ESCA LAN, and those I don't want to tear apart.
I still have the $3 bills that I had in my wallet when I first moved away from the States.
Really?
I was just looking at them the other day, and they've been in my wallet for like 3 years now. So those dollar bills have seen a lot of Europe.
We're gonna have to go back there together, Semler. What about that? Make it like an American road trip.
Can we do a Christmas? This is gonna be like the Christmas story. ROF in America.
Yeah. I think my girlfriend would really be pretty upset if I went left for Christmas, but still.
Dude, that's what's gonna happen, man. I want to go back. I want to go back in Christmas. Get away from Scandinavia when it's like it's coldest, and like go to LA where it's nice and toasty.
Actually, that does sound kind of nice.
See, that's what I'm talking about. And it's just like you go over to LA, you know, you got to hit the sandy beaches. It's a nice 25 degrees outside Celsius, right? Because I got, you know, I'm in Europe now. I got to speak Celsius, so it's like, you know, it's a nice 25 degrees outside, middle of December. Yeah, man, that's where it's at. We'll go for a nice little swim, barbecue, and then everybody over here, they're all going to be freezing. They're all going to be inside, huddled around their fires, you know, cursing the day that snow was invented.
Oh, all right. I'll think about it. I'll think about it still, right? I don't know how many flowers I would have to buy to leave for America on Christmas. It'd certainly be a lot, but maybe there's a way out of it. Maybe there's a way out. We'll see. What was I gonna say? You know what I've been doing, Semler? Because I finally got back to slightly better health, right? My kidney infection is gone, and I'm just generally doing better. I went for a run today. Crazy idea.
Nice.
For the first time in a really long time. So that's really cool. I managed to run 4 kilometers, which was painful as hell. I forgot how much how rough that could be, but that was good fun.
Dude, that's good. That feels good too. I know the feel. I was telling you earlier, but the place where I was last night was out in the boonies, in the middle of nowhere. Right, it's about 45 minutes drive up north of Stockholm. So not actually the middle of nowhere, but still, you know, out there in the woods. And it gave out onto the ocean, right? You know how Stockholm essentially is surrounded by water. So I just spent like yesterday night and today just rowing a boat around and sitting there and contemplating, you know, CS. It was very deep. It was very deep.
Nice.
But, you know, exercise is nice, man. You hate it while you do it. You're just like, God, this sucks. But then afterwards, you're like, oh, I don't actually feel too bad right now. This is good.
Definitely a bit of a victory feeling once you get back in home. And it's been raining like hell in Denmark, by the way. It's been just pouring down everywhere, but that's it. You know,
put on the Rocky Balboa soundtrack, and you know you're in your sweats, and you're like, screw it.
Sometimes you just.
It's time to go for a run. Yeah, exactly. Got to do what you got to do.
Exactly right. How are we getting on with this? How many people have we got on? 8 now. There's definitely some sort of improvement here, but I feel like we're still missing a couple of French players. I have no idea how they're taking this long, though. I mean, the server seems to be working, right?
No idea, actually.
But I guess if it's like a global server issue, then I guess there isn't much we can do to change everything.
I'm not really sure. We're still missing 2 guys from LDLC right now. LDLC are kind of floating around like 30 to 40 ping. That's not unplayable, but I'm wondering like what's happening here between them.
Damn. Well, in the meantime, we are just stuck waiting, guys, so I do apologize for it. I do apologize.
No, there isn't a whole lot we can do, really. You're just kind of doomed to wait along with them, especially when they're not talking in the chat. So now we just we're all left. Okay. So apparently the change did not work.
Gonna have to find a whole new server somewhere, maybe. Oh, we're waiting. I'm agree.
Just checking with the admins real quick to see what's going on.
All right, I will stop myself from trying to translate what they're saying because I have no idea. So, just stuck waiting. There hasn't been any kind of raffle today, guys. Generally, we're gonna be giving away stuff for the sub team basically once a week, and that's when we do the Case King tournament. So we're limiting it to that one day just to make sure that it doesn't get out of control, basically. And that day, we're pretty gonna be giving away this knife and maybe some other stuff too. But yeah, the knife is gonna be given away on Tuesday for the Case King tournament. So if you are a sub and you're wondering, you haven't missed anything, But if you want to keep up, generally you can count on it being on the Case King Day. That's how it works.
Oh yeah, exactly. But tonight, well, I guess if you're looking for something to, we haven't put in ROF similar yet or ROF chicken, so we're working on that, guys.
Yeah, we are.
But let's see. Tonight, I mean, I'll remind you all once again, if you want to go ahead and click that raffle, you can get a chance at winning something. So we're giving away an Asus graphics card, GTX 770, and that's going to be given away on Tuesday as well, I believe. Or no, on Friday next week. This is a fresh raffle that has been put out there, so you have until Friday basically to click that link and hit the follow button or the like button on Facebook, and you'll get put into the raffle that we'll be giving away at the end of the week. So it's a nice graphics card, so you definitely, it's worth the click. And now, yes, the ROF on fire does work still.
It does, but we will be updating the emotes every once in a while. It is kind of weird though. I mean, it's not like we don't want to. It's just that we've been very, very busy. Let's put it like that in the past month or so, or maybe even more, which is strange because I guess we're online on this channel a little bit less than we normally would like to be, due to a couple of different things. But we're working quite a lot, guys, and the result of some of that is going to be apparent in the upcoming week, and then a lot of it is sort of further down the line stuff. So that's going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, we're pretty excited about everything, and we hope you guys are going to have the patience to just bear with us and help us out while we're building everything, because obviously. It's about to get all crazy in Counter-Strike anyway, right? So, I mean, there's going to be so many tournaments coming up in the next couple of months here.
Yep, that's pretty much how it boils down. And the other thing is that now everybody is casting their own content as well. So it used to be that we could cast, several things for you guys, ESCA, Star Series, basically get in here and there, right? A little bit everywhere and have a bunch of content to cast for you all. But now it's starting to get a bit limited as to like what we can actually cast. So we're hoping to be able to change things up for you guys and bring more content. But that's not going to happen for a little bit yet. Something we're working very hard at, hard on, basically, to do for you all. So hopefully we'll have it soon. Hopefully we'll have something to announce. But for now, at least, we're just sticking to the Case Kings. And besides, in the next 2 weeks, we're starting up with Fragmite Masters. So we're going to be doing that a lot. You guys are going to get to see a lot of CS through that as well. That's just starting next week. But it's really nonstop right now with CS. There's just so many tournaments going on. There's a whole lot out there to watch and bet on.
Yes, there is. I mean, and yeah, it's a good point that we are actually going to. Well, you're in Sweden, but I'm going to be in Sweden from the 22nd this month, and I'm going to be there until the end of October. So, yeah, that was. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'll be away for more than a month doing Fragbite. Fragbite were really sneaky about it as well. They came to me and they said, "Oh, you want to come back for another season of Fragbite Masters, Anders? It was so much fun last time. Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "All right." And they said, "Oh, by the way, we've doubled the number of play days. Just in case you didn't know."
The change to the format.
Yeah, they conned me. I'd already said yes. You can't go back on a yes like that. But I would have done it anyway. It's so much fun. So it's
just to watch them sweat. You can't let Joachim get too comfortable, man. You got to put him on notice.
Exactly. Keep them guessing, right?
Exactly. It's still. I mean, it's still going to be a lot of fun. Basically, we're going to be out of the Fragbite Studios here in Stockholm, and the big change that we all have to look forward to with this season of Fragbite Masters is the fact that it's ending. It's got a LAN finish. Yes. So we're the top 4 teams are going to wind up in LAN over at the Stockholm Studios, and we're going to get to play it out there. So that's going to be sick. That's a great way to cap the whole thing.
Yeah, so coming up is obviously Faceit have their thing running. There's ESWC, there's DreamHack Stockholm, there's ESCA LAN finals. There's so much stuff going on. Obviously, we have DreamHack Winter at the end of November, so there is an insane amount of things that's coming up, essentially, and hopefully we can get to be at as many of those places as we possibly can. But though the scheduling is looking a little bit insane at this point.
Yeah. The calendar for the next 2 months is crazy. The amount of CS that's just going to be coming through, and a lot of it is just big leagues that are getting on. I mean, you've got Faceit that's going on right now, but Fragbite's right around the corner. Star Series is here. Hitbox Arena is there. So that's just off the top of my head. And then you still have one-day things like our Case King of the Hill. You also have CS:GO Legends that's happening. I mean, it's a lot of CS, and it's a lot of it's a lot for the teams. It's a lot for the casters. It's a lot for everybody. So it's just nonstop CS these days. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is getting out of control. And it's not even 2015 yet. Once we get to 2015, damn, that's when the sparks are really going to fly. Take my word for it.
Oh, we're almost there. We've loaded into the map now, so we're just waiting on everybody to join up, and hopefully we'll have everything going again, guys, because I think we've been like on pause for like half an hour now.
We have been talking about all kinds of things while we've been waiting.
Yeah, apparently I had an existential crisis in a boat, and you did your Rocky impression, so I liked that comment in the chat.
Oh.
And then, yeah, hopefully the players will save us soon, and we won't have to ramble.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to reconnect back in just to fix my radar that was briefly bugged, guys. But I don't want to give away the GoTV IP in case that has anything to do with anything. I don't know how great my Rocky impression is.
Oh, of course. Oh, no, sorry. No, it's just Tactical Monkey. He's got a good point. ESWC, of course. But these are just like online qualifiers. It's going to be, ESWC is really going to revolve around the end of October, that 4 days basically where the tournament's going to kick off. That's when everything's going to hit the fan. These are just like online qualifiers for the French scene, pretty much. I think the American qualifiers have been played out already. I'm not quite sure there.
Yeah, Chinese qualifiers have been up and running.
Have
for
been
a while
going on,
well.
yeah. Not so much of a conflict there though, because they get played out a little bit earlier in the day. So it's like, okay, it's it's 13, 15, right? You start casting. It feels a little bit weird, but then of course it's China, so you got the time difference. That's crazy over there.
There's a bit of a time difference. Oh, China. Have you ever been to China?
No, I haven't.
Ah. Only the once for me, but it was well worth it.
Okay. It looks like we have everybody from LDLC and nobody from Epsilon.
Not quite enough to make for an interesting match, I would say. It may have been one-sided on the first map, but it certainly wasn't, 5 against 0 one-sided. Not that much.
Okay, I think we're good. I just wrote the longest go in history in the admin chat, so let's go. We want to get this game underway. It should be 3-5. We should be at 3-5 right now, and LDLC, unless they decide to start it now and just give that round to because LDLC ecoed. It was an eco round for LDLC, so not the best chances for them to win the round. They might have done a little bit more damage, but, I don't know if they're going to nitpick. They might just want to try and get this game underway fairly quickly here. So we'll see if they reset the money or anything.
We want the show to get on the way. Has the admin said anything about it being live?
We should be live. Yes, we should be live in about a minute. So we just have to wait for the GoTV to catch up and we'll be good. Apparently the teams have started in real time. So right now, you guys, you can picture the focus of these teams as they stare into the computer screens looking to get this game underway. Because right now, we ain't got all day. It's been all night, Anders.
Yeah, man, let's get the show on the road right here. We got 10 people on and I think they are about to be ready. Shouldn't be much longer. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, then welcome to the stream once again. This is Room on Fire and the ESWC qualifier between Epsilon and LDLC. Second map coming up here. First map was won by LDLC quite impressively at 16-5. And now we're on Inferno, where, I don't know, it's a little bit touch and go, I feel like, for Epsilon. I mean, they seem like they're at a point where they could get control of the game. But, I mean, LDLC already have 5 rounds on the Terra side, and that's impressive, too.
Yeah, and they got those rounds pretty early on here. So it's like they now get to play with less pressure on their shoulders because they know they have at least a minimum number of rounds they want to get in this half. Now, what can they get past that point, right? And they still have plenty of rounds to do it in. So all of the pressure right now is on Epsilon. Epsilon are the ones with their backs to the walls having to develop an economy so that they can survive a round loss, and more importantly, just chaining rounds together to get to that start, rather. So it looks like we have begun here, and waiting right around the corner. Well, it's going to be GMX picking off Happy in Apartments, but Uzi on short gets the first, gets the second. They line up for him, but he runs out of bullets.
Great defense put up here from Epsilon. GMX and Uzi just doing the work here, looking for a headshot. Kyushima, but he's in a 1-on-4. And I think he's starting to feel the net close around him as well. That's a really good headshot from long range, taking down Scream, but I'm not sure it's going to make any difference in the long run. He wants to get back over here and see if he can jump on over, but SF is here with the smoke and everything. So Kyushima, well, flashed once and now trapped in that corner.
Yeah, didn't quite hit the timing there either. Nade is going to go in. That's not going to do any damage. And Kyushima begins his long trek back to the other side of the map, or at least that's what he wants them to think. Yes, he's gone for LDLC. I mean, LDLC right now, he's run away, so he made the noise that he was running away, but then he started walking about halfway down Banana. So he's looking to see if anybody was pushing down mid. Nobody's there. The rotation is coming out because Major now thinks, is he going A? Is he going to be there? So Major now has to wait halfway around. So it's all going to be down to SF, who's holding on this B site. Kiyoshima's old teammate on Epsilon, they played this site together. So is Kiyoshima going to be able to best him here?
That's a good question. He's certainly going to try anyway, but with 7 seconds left, he has no time to really fake it. He's going to have to go straight in here, and now, well, he's actually completely out of time, so that was kind of weirdly mismanaged. SF is going to come for it, and he will at least get the kill so he doesn't lose the rifle here, which is very important. But that was weird. It seemed like he left himself so little time that even though there was nobody denying him the plant, he still couldn't make it. Strange.
SF holding so far back. Kiyoshima, like, by the time he got up there, I think he was hoping that SF would be holding aggressively on coils. But then that would have been a very odd place for SF to hold in the end, just because, or he was hoping for an aggressive hold out of SF, but SF played that very nicely. A little bit of a pop flash there to mid from Major, nicely done. Nate is going to go down to Banana, drop NBK down to 30, and there's still quite a few members here for LDLC. They're all gathered up in Banana looking for the shot, and Kiyoshima, the headshot from him to clear it.
That's a big kill. I mean, they only have the 1 AK, but now they have a rifle in that corner. The question is Epsilon going to try and prevent them from getting that rifle? They don't really have a lot of grenades to try and stop them, so yeah, they're going to pick up a second rifle here. Flashes go through. Can they survive? Scream is being shot in the back. He's going to go down. GMX overrun. That's Kiyoshima just steamrolling into the bomb site, picking up a triple kill, all headshots.
Oh, and even manages to hit the money nade there as well. Major gets dunked down to 69 HP. And now Epsilon, they have the money to rebuy. So they're just setting up for exit frags essentially. Major, like this is when it starts to get a little bit weird. They do have the money to rebuy, but at the same time they are holding onto their rifles. So should they just be trying to back off right now? The point here for LDLC, or for Epsilon rather, is to make LDLC suffer, and this is how you do it. You get the kills, and you're going to force them to spend more money in the next round. So Shoxy, he's going to have to buy, but the rest of his teammates are going to manage to live. So this is still good money saved here for LDLC.
Yeah,
and this off the back of just Kiyoshima.
Yeah, but that was just a huge opening, right? That made such a big difference in the round. So, LDLC now they're at 5 rounds, and because Epsilon saved the 2 rifles, they're gonna be able to force it up on the rest of the teammates, which is good news. But I don't know. This is. I think they had to keep LDLC on 5 rounds. Now I'm really worried for the CT side now.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is where it starts to get a little bit scary, right? Because they're going to start having to spend that money, that bank that they've developed. And they really haven't found an answer quite yet. You know, Kiyoshima, they went for an aggressive peak, and Kiyoshima like single-handedly shut that down last round. So now we see them change it up. Epsilon not even really putting up a fight for top Banana. They're holding from the site itself, but that gives them no room to fall back from now. So they're just going to get reined in on here. Nades are about to go sailing into this B site as this smoke clears up, and LDLC commit. They go running right through the smoke, and there's 3 guys through already.
Yeah, great Molotov here to actually force them out, but somehow LDLC are actually slowing down so much that Epsilon managed to get into position anyway here, but it's not going to be enough. SF, the only one holding inside the bomb site, is going to pick off Kiyoshima. The bomb is already down with what we sometimes term a fanatic play here, smoking off the front of the bomb site for LDLC, and, well, it's going to be a 1-on-3 retake here for Uzi.
Yeah, Uzi knew exactly where Smiths was. He's not going to spot Happy, though. Happy going to miss an opportunity there to get a freebie. And Uzi has now got a way out of this situation. He knows he's in a 1v2.
He's not going to go for it.
He can't go for it, it seems. It seems like he's just going to try and take a peek and see if he can delay somebody, make them go up with the bomb. Happy might be low enough here where he does go boom, but he's going to be able to get out of there just in time. And Uzi, he manages to save an op. So there's a win for him, at least. He can give that AWP over to GMX.
Definitely, I mean, making the most of that situation was Uzi, but it felt like Epsilon could have done a lot more. They actually had 2 people on the inside the B bomb site, and the smoke did go up from LDLC. They smoked out the front of the bomb site and put the bomb down in the smoke, which is something that we sort of sometimes identify with the Fnatic, the Swedish Fnatic team, doing that kind of play. And I'm wondering why Epsilon weren't reacting more than they were. That's a great start, though. Uzi picking up shots here with the 1 rifle they have.
Yeah, holy hell. And Uzi is playing out of his mind right now. He's going to get flashed in as well. No opportunity to get a kill there at that time, but he's still sitting on 16 frags. Only died 5 times. So Uzi, so far, he's landing the shots. But LDLC have identified at least that the B site is struggling somewhat, because both members here for Epsilon aren't doing so hot this first half. GMX up in apartments is about to run into Happy. Oh, and he manages to get away unscathed. But NBK, in the meantime, finds the headshot on Scream. And this peeking here from NBK is going to be great. And as I say that,
why you curse Semler? Why you curse him like that? There's no reason. Happy and Kyoshima are going to be left. I mean, that was a great opening from NBK, but then it gets taken away.
That time around, it was a little bit too aggressive of him to go forward onto the site. I mean, he could have single-handedly cleared it up, but at the same time, he risks giving away his gun. And now look at SF. He's got an AK. He's not even coming towards the A site, though. He's literally just going to stay over towards B, try to hold on to that gun. Uzi is here to take a shot, and he's going to miss it.
Now is not the time for Uzi to miss any shots at all. It's a good backup there, and Uzi's going to spot the last person. Happy goes down, and Uzi will pick up the double. GMX also standing tall down in the pit, so good work here. I mean, Uzi is 17-0-5, and he's rivaled by Kyoshima at 17-3-8. So I guess with some assists, they both come out roughly at the same spot here. Doing a lot of work, both players. 7-6 is the scoreline here in favor of LDLC.
And off of this is that individual play. We talked about this at the beginning of the best of three, saying that Epsilon in particular, they were going to live and die by their individual play, their individual performance. And again, Uzi. Major with the double spray, a quad, though. That's pretty sick play from him. Kyoshima will find the kill there. Looks for GMX, gets him too. And Kyoshima strikes right back. NBK finds Uzi. And that's the A site opened up. Scream has rotated over fairly quickly, and he gets spotted out. Kyoshima knows he's here. Goes for the spray fight.
Scream with a good headshot here. Needs a little bit more. And actually, well, he's going to go down eventually. That's a great double from NBK. And all of a sudden, it's looking a little bit more tricky now. 8-6. And, I mean, Major is just a standard right now. He's dropping 14 kills. And it's not the kills that he's lacking. I think it's the decision-making. He got the first 2 kills. And then he actually went for a third one. And I think, once again, he could have just stayed safe there. There was no reason he had to re-peek. And I'm not sure that was the only thing that cost him the round, but it certainly made it a little bit easier for LDLC.
Yeah, I think at that point, Major is counting on GMX to pick the refrag for him if Kyoshima were to peek there. So that was a bit unfortunate for Epsilon. But you're right, Major, he's doing big work, but he's also in a position to do big work, right? Playing Arch, playing short like that, you're expected to get kills, and he's doing just that. Speaking of which, Scream is lighting him up right now. Top Banana, SF decides to start a barbecue as well. But that right there is just Epsilon. I mean, it's just Scream basically doing what he knows best is, shoot people in the face, stand up close like that with the CZ, and it's just so lethal.
So at least they're going to be able to finish 8-7, which is far from what Epsilon wanted, I think, for this first half. I think 10-5 would have been an acceptable score for the CT side. Now they absolutely rely on winning the pistol round, and even then, after winning it, is still going to be really tough. So I don't know, LDLC, I mean, they were favorites going into this, but I don't know. I was hoping Epsilon could show us something a little bit more here.
Yeah, they're not playing with Fox, right? Foxio isn't here.
Yeah, that's true.
And then also, it seems like LDLC, I don't necessarily know. I mean, it worked out in the end, but LDLC, they could have just kept hammering at B site all they wanted, really, because they picked up pretty early on that Scream and GMX were struggling a little bit with their shots. So, it seemed like a pretty healthy mix between A and B side from LDLC. They kind of just were able to go wherever they wanted. Now we have to see if Epsilon are going to be able to get behind Major and get behind Uzi and get behind Scream, basically. Count on those guys to give them the entries, and it could go the same way here for Epsilon that it did for LDLC.
It could. Nothing is set and done yet, and it's going to be Epsilon now on the terrorist side. They do need to win this pistol, otherwise it's going to be almost impossible. And Kyoshima and Shoxy starting off. Uzi trying to take the fight here, but look at Kyoshima. That headshot again down Banana. He's going to take down a second player, and now it's a 5-on-2. Good kill coming in from Super Fighter, but it may be too late.
Yeah, not very pleased with Happy's push there, solo like that. But then again, just timing. Scream is going to spot out Shoxy, who's up in apartments, looking towards second mid. He's deciding to take this fight as well. Shoxy getting a bit greedy here. That drops Smiths and Shoxy both so very low. Kyoshima with the flank will find SF, though. And Shoxy is just crouching up in his apartments, basically being bait. Perfect bait, in fact, because his teammate does manage to pick up a kill off of this. It leaves Scream alone, 1v4. And he doesn't have the bomb either. Everybody from LDLC is stacked up mid on top of this bomb. He's not getting to it anytime soon.
And I'm wondering if that was what Shoxy was doing all along, basically. It's kind of hard to tell, but it seemed like he was being way more aggressive than he needed to be. So I'm wondering if he was sort of drawing the attention away from them. That's a great name. So yeah, I mean, maybe because they were both sort of stacked up at the bottom of second mid, and Shoxy was up here, and because they were both essentially shooting at him, maybe maybe there was something going on there. So, I don't know. It seemed like Shoxy was doing a good job just drawing them away. That's 9-7 now. LDLC off to a very good start here in the second half.
And Epsilon looking to basically do what LDLC did in this first half, which is win that anti-eco round, turn things around, or win that eco round, that second round basically, by buying up Helmet Kevlar, getting some CZs. They've got a Deagle on SF, and now they just need to find some shots. Happy goes for a smoke, and he gets really close to it. I was wondering if he was going to try and sneak his way through it, though. Uzi's just waiting right on the other side, and Uzi is already prepared in case a flash comes through. Look at that. He's turned away right now, just expecting that flash, the flash peak to come through. So he's going to be prepared if it does happen. Shoxy with a headshot on SF, though. That was just dirty.
That was definitely a dirty shot coming out. That, I don't know, that pretty much just destroyed him. Happy actually trades places with some guy over at the B-bomb site. I think Uzi managed to run past Happy, and then MBK got killed as well. So, for some reason, Epsilon have got in here and got the bomb down, and GMX... he's going to hide in the corner. Oh, actually, he's going to go aggressive here. He's going to go down to Smiths, unfortunately. That could have been a big opening. And now Uzi, well, he's been going huge all game, but he's going to have to go bigger than he's ever gone before in this one particular matchup. There's one kill coming in on Smiths. Still a 1-on-2.
I love these shotguns. Uzi picks up another. He's spotted out Kyoshima as well, and Kyoshima has no kit. He has no kit. He has to get the kill instantly here. Misses the opportunity, and now he actually has to back off. I can't believe it. Happy.
He did it. How
I don't even know
that is
how this
so
happens.
Cool. That was very, very cool play from Uzi. I mean, we've been giving him a lot of credit, and I think he deserves it at this point. That was basically a 1-on-3 that he won, even though he didn't get the last kill. He still just drew up the time. Now 9-8. Very nicely done.
I don't even know, man. That's Uzi for you. This is one hell of a game from him. I mean, he's sitting on 21 frags right now. Uzi is playing out of his mind. And you give him a shotgun as well. Like, that's so much money in the bank for him now. Uzi's currently burning alive, though, down to 23 HP. So that was a bit unfortunate. And Smiths with the double peek gets the Deagle shot on the second try. Headshot perfectly. And that's actually the man advantage now for LDLC, who are on a bit of a force buy of their own.
Oh man, that Deagle is doing a lot of work on this on this Epsilon squad here. See if they can do it in return. I mean, earlier on Cash, they did pick up a lot of kills with the Deagle on either side. And not really surprised to see Scream be one of the guys who could maybe do that in return. Shox is going to take down Super Fighter, and Kiyoshima looking for a couple of picks here down the middle. Actually, they're all very low, and is he going to flash his way in or back? He's actually going to try and run, and Uzi can't quite catch him.
Yeah, Uzi dropped down to 1 HP. And this sets it up nicely. Shoxy's still alive. And that sets it up for Happy. And it's just the trade. The 1-2 combination on that A site. Short crossfire worked out perfectly. Shoxy draws the attention to him. Everybody from Epsilon turns. That turns it open for Happy, who is waiting on the site. He takes a shot. And then as everybody turns to kill Happy, Shoxy goes for the final frag. So they didn't know where to look, Epsilon. They just got picked to pieces there.
Oh, man. 10-8. It's still not over yet for Epsilon. I feel like they're still within striking distance where they could win a couple of rounds, force the eco on the CT side, and then maybe bring it back, but it has to be very soon. And GMX almost getting double peaked. That's actually kind of a cool setup here from LDLC. I like that.
It's a bit tricky, isn't it? They've got the nades to do it. Oh, they're going to go for the bank nade down? Doesn't do. I think Messiah overthrew that a little bit. Happy there. Wasn't quite on point, but this is an all or nothing buy for Epsilon, basically, because they know that LDLC, their money isn't fantastic, but more importantly, they can't let LDLC get past these rounds. Major somehow managing to flash his way in. He's going to get caught by Kiyoshima, who's helping to hold apartments as well. The push is coming in through short, however, and they are just getting gunned down. Epsilon slammed back, and Smiths is looking for the flank. GMX, however, gets onto that site, and GMX gets both.
It's a sick shot from GMX, and they almost kill Smiths as well. He's going to have to fall back here. It's a 3-on-1 now, and there hasn't been a bomb plant. Scream, I don't know, his teammates have done a lot to try and give him a good position here, but it's not going to be enough. Happy will come in with a double kill, and LDLC will retake the round. That was actually very close to being a round that Epsilon could have won. I think Kiyoshima, he got the first kill, but then he went and hit in this box in the A-bomb site, and I still see a lot of people making that mistake. I mean, I guess it's not always that you shouldn't do it, but this box is basically made out of cardboard. So if you try and hide behind it, even against C-sets or something like that, you've got to be really careful. I'm not sure it's the ideal position any longer.
We got nades going out to control Banana again. GMX eating a nade at bottom pit. This is an eco round coming out here from Epsilon and LDLC. They know it. They're going for the Na'Vi push, the VP push. Basically, they're showing that they have zero respect right now and that they're going to push around the map, make sure that Epsilon can't get anything done in this round. Surprise, surprise, Messiah goes jumping down into underpass and Scream gets picked off. SF has at least found one frag. Well, that's all he's going to get. Now we're looking at LDLC, 12 rounds on the board. Money in the bank now. And Epsilon, after that round of eco, finally with the money to buy. But this is the question now, Anders. Like, what do they decide to do? Because they've gone to B site, gotten traumatized. They've gone to A site and gotten shut down. So how do they need to approach this now to actually be effective?
I would like to see them try and see if they could maybe just do something really simple, like smoke off towards quad, and then look for the way around Arch, see if they can pick off one guy there, maybe take some fights with the AK, and then get some penetration in there somehow.
Right now it looked like a bit of a fight at top banana real quick, but then LDLC changed it up immediately. It's actually NBK playing over there on B with Happy now. So they changed that up from Kiyoshima holding on B with Happy earlier. So LDLC, their CT side of Inferno is a little shaky just because they've changed up the way that they've been holding with the players. So it seems like at least right now, with the way things have gone, the players have adapted well enough. But we have a buy round here from Epsilon, so we have to see how they approach this. Shoxy can't get too forward there in apartments.
Happy losing his mind in the B-bomb site? I have no idea what he just did. This is looking like a very sort of standard setup from the Epsilon side, right? Nothing too flashy. They are not quite doing what I was talking about, but they have smoked off towards towards quad. So that's sort of half of what I wanted. Now they're looking for picks, and they're actually going to get them in the B-bomb site. If they can take down Happy here, that's going to be great. But GMX goes down. Still maybe a bit of an opening here as Kiyoshima goes down. Smiths with the return. A lot of back and forth right now, and it is going to be a 2-on-3. SF looking for the headshot here. Shoxy, though, is going to bring him all the way down to 15 health.
Yeah, and Shoxy plays this marvelously. Now he's just hiding. He doesn't want to give SF the shot that he's looking for. Uzi will finally find the frag on Shoxy, but then Smith's alive on this side. He's got a CZ. He's got to rush him down. Uzi, not long for this world. Smith's with a quad kill this round, just holding solid with a perfect flank from Arch towards short, gets 2 backstabs there, drops the bomb carrier, rotates onto the site, and cleans up the house. So Shoxy did his best, and basically Shoxy did what he needed to do in that pit, just holding off SF, not allowing him to get out of apartments. So it was a chain of 1v1v1v1s basically for Smiths. Oh, bungled smoke at mid though. That's not going to help things for LDLC, but it's still an eco round coming out here from Epsilon.
Makes you wonder, I mean, because, I don't know, I guess that time they did all kind of come in from the same direction. Some of them from apartments, some of them down from quad, but it just didn't work out well enough. Makes you wonder if they have to try and find a few more angles to get in on, basically, here. So, I don't know. I still think the A push is the more reasonable choice for them. And I still think they can win aim duels more than they can outstrat LDLC, basically. That's why I want them to go for the smoke-off picks and smoke off one direction and then hope that someone from LDLC is going to get, lose their patience, go and pick somewhere, and then you can try and kill that person, and then you have an opening. And I think if they try and go for any kind of elaborate smokes and flashbangs towards pit or anything like that, it's going to be a little bit too much. But they're running out of rounds to play with right now, Semler. It's 14-8.
Yeah, that's the tricky part, right? Now it's, again, do or die for them. They lost that round, the buy round, basically, that allowed the LDLC to get on this 14th round. And now it's going to start getting out of control. Smiths, to change things up, has actually gone with an AWP. He's got backup in a rifle as well. NBK is there to watch his back. Kiyoshima is the one playing Arch right now for LDLC, and he manages to pick up that first frag. So 2 quick frags for LDLC, both of them good peaks that pay off.
Yeah, and that's sort of the opposite of what Epsilon wanted, right? And now they've got to be losing some faith in themselves as well. They've lost a lot of rounds in a row here, and they're not getting the openings. They're not even getting to the point in the game where they could, where they could use a man advantage to try and, fake out someone, or just nothing seems to be working. GMX going to come out of the corner and will take down one person, and then Shoxy will finish it. So not even any chance at all here. 15-8, moving into the 24th round. And what is actually right now match and map point for LDLC. If they win this one round here, they're going to be taking it 2-0 fashion over Epsilon.
Exactly, and they'll be in through to the qualifiers of the main event. So this is a big game here. This is a big round for LDLC to pick up. Epsilon definitely struggling, but this is the qualifier for the qualifier, essentially. It's going to be happening at the beginning of ESWC, at the beginning of the event. So right now, LDLC, they're 1 round away from picking that up. GMX has picked up the initial frag, however, and Scream with the headshot on Kiyoshima, pushing in from quad. Good punish there. And Epsilon, this time around, it looks like the last round, but the other way around. Epsilon have got the 2 picks early on now, and LDLC are the ones who are going to be struggling somewhat, trying to find an edge back in here.
Yeah, interesting. And, you know, those picks were kind of gifted to them by LDLC pushing a little bit aggressively, which they haven't been the previous rounds. So that isn't even so much Epsilon playing it very differently. It's just that LDLC decided to now was a good time to go and take some early fights, and they came out short, which is actually a little bit annoying for Epsilon, I think, because this is something that they can't repeat. It's only something Epsilon can keep repeating. So if Epsilon go back to playing it safely, I'm still not sure if LDLC go back to playing it safely, I'm not sure if Epsilon have an answer for it.
Neither am I. I mean, Epsilon, they've found a way in. Basically, that was because LDLC stood and took fights versus them. Shoxy on short is going to get overrun, though. And Epsilon deciding to gather up and group, basically, managing to make that work. NBK will find a kill on Uzi, but that's over at B. That's not really relevant now because that play is happening on A. Happy is still alive, but he's about to walk out into the open, and Major will not miss the opportunity. Good frag there, but still, 3 kills for LDLC, and NBK walking into a 1v2 when he has the money to buy next round. He's definitely here fast enough to take a real crack at defusing this bomb as well.
They are in good positions, though. They have him crossfired in. He's going to have to look for a really early pick here on GMX. He does sort of bait out the shot, so now he knows there's one guy in pit. Not sure that helps him all that much. A great flashbang banked off of the door up towards apartments, and time has already ticked so far here. It's going to be almost impossible for MBK. He tries a little bit here, wants to get a pick up on somebody. He's going to get the one on GMX, so at least he happens to get that done. And Major will pick up a triple kill. I mean, it's a great round for him again. He's really been doing great work, you know, as a stand-in here. 19 kills, but again, is it enough? LDLC could still buy, like you were saying.
Yeah, that's the thing, LDLC, and they can still buy in the next round. So it doesn't get any easier here for Epsilon. They need to win 2 rounds before they have a real chance of putting LDLC on eco. And that's when they're going to start to really close that gap. So Epsilon, they can't slack off. They can't take things lightly. They still took way too much damage in that last round as well. Losing GMX to NBK, that nearly lost them the AWP. Major was able to throw himself into the pit and save it just before the end of the time there, but this is still Epsilon kind of having to force things up here with 3 Galils. Only one guy able to get an AK, and that's Major. So now they're playing the pick game. But LDLC have changed up their holding. They've got the smoke at bottom banana now. And they haven't really done that yet this half, if I'm not mistaken. They've been nading banana. They've been fighting at top banana, but they've also been playing very passively at top banana. And now they decide to change it up, go for the smoke at bottom banana, and leave NBK here solo.
Oh, Major going to turn the corner, and Smith is there. Even Flashed, he still picks up the kill. And now Kiyoshima takes a fight with Scream. Very nearly wins it. Down to 15 is Scream. And Kiyoshima going to flash his way in here, see if he can take down GMX. It's very close right now. There's the 1 kill from Kiyoshima, and they are still fighting. If the bomb goes down here on towards Archway, that's going to be a huge issue. Smokes off once. Another smoke here comes in, and Kiyoshima's going to make a run for it. And they can't stop. Oh, finally they stop him. I was going to say he was going to make it out of there, but he almost takes down GMX.
Yeah, GMX was barely held in there, but then they're going to walk around a short. GMX getting another entry, takes out Shoxy, but this sets it up for Happy. The double spray on Happy. And this leaves it all down to GMX now. 1v1. NBK's got plenty of HP this time, but GMX, he's still got his AWP. So they can still make this happen. GMX is looking towards short as well. NBK is about to come walking up there, and GMX, he thinks that he's going to be coming the other way.
He's really wondering, and NBK's actually spending a lot of time here. If they lose this round, not everyone can full buy on the LDLC side. GMX in the corner. Going to get one chance. He sees it here. NBK goes straight for the defuse, and GMX is going to run up behind him. And there it is. I think is there just enough time here? Oh, man.
Yeah, there just barely is. Oh, my God. GMX, he's got to be heartbroken.
That's devastating. It seemed like he played that so well, and then it still wasn't enough. And there it is, though. LDLC coming out on top here in the ESWC pre-qualifier. So congratulations to them. Unfortunately, guys, we don't have any more that we can show you this evening. So we hope you're going to rejoin us here, at least on Tuesday, maybe even earlier if we get something we can cast. We definitely will be online for you guys. But thanks for tuning in. And if you want to help out our channel, you can stick around and watch some adverts. And I know that's not very fun, but you guys put it on low quality or something like that and mute the channel, and we'll still be very thankful for it. So big thanks, Semler. I guess we do have a lot of news coming up in the upcoming weeks, so people should follow us on social media as well, and we'll keep an eye out. Sam, are you going to go back to playing some Counter-Strike this evening and have some fun?
Damn straight.
All
pretty
right.
much, man. It's basically it's Sunday evening, right? And then we go into Monday and we come out swinging. So there's a lot going on this week, guys. We'll keep you guys posted. But thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you Tuesday night for the Case King.
That's exactly it. Have a good evening, guys, and stay tuned to the channel.